Episode number 18. In this episode, we see the Consumer Redressal Forum and MRTP Act, that is Unfair Restrictive Trade Practice. Consumer play a key role in maintaining the economy in India. Each and every person constitute a consumer because each one of us is engaged in some form of exchange of goods and services. Through money is a medium, gradually there arise many kinds of disputes among the consumers as well as consumers and the sellers. In this context, it has to be stated that there lies a need for a state which regulates the friction between the consumer and the sellers. For this purpose, Consumer Protection Act was enacted in the year 1986 to look after the various rights and duties of consumers during the time of purchasing a product and even after that. The Act plays an important role in the field where there were arises an incidence of exchange of goods or services between two persons. Their money act as a medium. The Act also provides certain guidelines as to what measures must to be complied with during the time of such exchange. What are the various rights available to both the buyer and the seller, etc. It also provides certain provisions regarding need and formulation of various consumer redressal centers, both at the central and as well as state level. The Act lays down certain provisions regarding the definition of consumer, various Consumer Protection Council and provisions in connection with various consumer redressal agencies in India, as well as other miscellaneous provisions. Among these provisions relating to consumer redressal agencies demand a lot of attention in the present India scenario. Many people are still not aware that there are such agencies working in favor of consumers in every district. Due to this reason, many of them are not getting proper solutions for their problems as consumers. For implementation of redressal agencies, Section 9 of the Act provides for establishment of consumer dispute redressal agencies, while include a district forum established by the state government in each district of the state by its notification. And then the second one is the state commission established by the state government in each state by its notification, and national commission established by central government by notification. And first of all, we see district forum. That is, what is district forum? Yeah, each district forum shall consist of a person who is or has been qualified as a district judge as the president, and then there must be two other persons who are not less than 35 years of age and also possess a degree from a recognized university. The persons must have adequate knowledge in the field of economics, commerce, industry, public relations, public affairs, and administration. The district forum must have the jurisdiction to entertain such complaints where the value of goods or services and the compensation does not exceed rupees 20 lakhs. The need for district forums for consumer redressal is that majority of people who face many consumer rights violation or unable to file a complaint in a state or national forum because if have to look at matters concerning various other district forums which result in a large number of pending cases. So the district forum are also enabled with a faster way of dispensing consumer redressal as the amount of claim is petty less than that of state national redressal forum, which enable normal people to seek a solution for their problems. And then second one is the state commission. That is, it is a commission, that is, each state commission shall consist of a person who is or has been a judge of high court as its president. The commission also consists of not less than 2 members who have above 35 years of age and also possess a degree from a recognized university. The persons must have adequate knowledge in the field of economics, commerce, industry, public affairs, accountancy, etc. The Act also states that not less than 50% of the members shall be from among the persons having a judicial background. The State Commission has a jurisdiction to entertain cases where the value of goods or services or the compensation claimed, if any, exceeds the number of rupees 20 lakhs but does not exceed rupees 1 crore, it also entertain appeals against any district forum within the state and also looks after any pending disputes or cases decided by any of the district forums in which the forums have exercised a jurisdiction not vested in them by the law or has been exercised illegally or with an material irregularity. Then next one is the National Commission. So the National Commission shall consist of person who is or has been a judge of the Supreme Court to be appointed by the central government. That is, shall be the president, provided that no appointment shall be made except after the consultation with the Chief Justice of India. The commission shall consist of not less than 4 members of its executive committee who shall not be less than 35 years of age and must be graduate from recognized university, and then he must also be specialized in the areas of commerce, economics, accountancy, public relations, etc. The jurisdiction of the commission shall extend to in the case of where the compensation amount might exceed rupees 1 crore, and the commission shall also entertain appeals against state commissions. The commission also has the power to check any pending disputes or cases decided by any of the state commission where the state commission has exercised a jurisdiction not vested in it by law or it has been exercised illegally or with any material irregularity. And then next concept is power of redressal forum. The redressal forum, they should have some powers. There are various powers of all of the redressal forums with regards to its jurisdiction. Some of them uh, include first of all examining, enforcing, as well as summoning the witness on oath. And then second one is discovering and producing any material evidence. And then third one is receiving evidence on affidavit. and then requesting for report or test analysis from the concerned authorities and laboratories, issuing commission for examining the witness, and the last one is enforcing any other powers prescribed by the central or state government. Then under these forums, under these powers, the appointment of district and national and state councils, the limitation of these members are appointed, that is the as a person how many years they are act in the service, the district, state and national forum for commissioner grievance, consumer grievance redressal, while not entertain a case which is filed 2 years after the occurrence of the case unless the parties can condone themselves regarding the reasons behind the delay of filing within a specified period. Such a provision was formulated to increase the accuracy of the function of such forums and also for delivering fast redressal solution to the parties. The last of all conclusion from various landmark judgment by the Supreme Court in connection with cases affecting consumer rights, it will be clear that there is an increase in the number of cases involving consumer protection when compared to the past. It indicates that people are not aware of their various rights as consumers. The Act not only covers the rights of the consumers but also provides certain duties for consumer to ask clearly about various characteristics and features of the product which he wishes to buy. The Act does not entertain certain ma- malicious acts such as black marketing and selling goods above the prescribed rate of MRP. The doctrine of caveat veritar, let the seller beware, has been changed into caveat emptor, that is, let the purchaser be awareness, so that the purchaser will also be aware of various features, merits and demerits of the goods and services, as well as protection of their rights themselves. There is still an emerging need of various other redressal machineries in the field, and then due to the increased number of pending cases, as well as for implementing interactive means in the field of consumer protection, and the act may be amended in such a way that it includes certain disputes redressal mechanisms like alternative disputes resolution as a core function of redressal agencies dealing with consumer rights. The next concept is unfair restrictive trade practice. That is under the Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Practices Act, that is MRTP. It means any practice relating to carrying on any trade. It includes anything done by any person that controls or affect the price charged by or the method of trading of any trader or class of traders, a single or isolated action of any person in relation to any trade. The restrictive means trade practice that has the effect of preventing, distorting or restricting competition in any manner. In particular, any trade practice will be a restrictive trade practice, that is obstruct the flow of capital or resources into stream of production. The unfair trade practice means a trade practice with for the purpose of promoting the sale, use or supply of goods, any goods or services, for provision of any services, adopt any unfair method or unfair deceptive practices enumerated in this section. It would be unfair if it causes loss of injury to the consumers of such goods or services, whether by eliminating or restricting competition or otherwise. The unfair trade practices are misleading advertisement and a false representation. False representation that the goods are particular standard, quality, quantity, grade, composition, etc. The false representation that services are of a particular standard quality or grade, then false representation of any rebuilt, second hand, renovated, reconditioned or old goods or new goods is to be converted, and then the representation that the goods or services have sponsorship, approval, performance, characteristics, accessories, uses or benefits that such goods or services do not have. And then in case of any performance of warranty and guarantee based on proper test, and then misleading the public concerning the price, and then practice of advertising sale at a bargain price without any intention of offering at the bargain price, the practice of selling goods that do not conform to safety standard, the restrictive trade practices, the agreement that relate to restrictive trade practices that required company registration under MRTP Act, that is the MRTP Act, that agreement restricting sale of purchase, and then for example agreement not to sell in a particular area, and then agreement for tie-up or full line sale, whether the buyer wanting certain goods is required to buy certain other goods of the business as a precondition. And then next one is exclusive dealing agreement, that is the dealer is prevented from dealing in any goods other than those of the seller. And then collective agreement of price fixation, that is all cement manufacturers increase price uniformly and simultaneously by agreement. And then resale price maintenance, that is the resellers not allowed to sell below a certain price. And then agreement to restrict output or supply, and then agreement not employ and method, machinery or process in the production of goods, and then agreement to exclude any person from any trade association, and then agreement to eliminate competition, for example by selling goods at a certain price, that is below the prices, and then agreement to restrict procurement, that is restricting the number of wholesalers or suppliers from whom goods are bought, and then agreement for collective bidding, that is abstaining from bidding at any auction sale, then agreement to enforce any of the above said agreements. The MRTP Commission, the next concept is MRTP Commission. The MRTP Commission, the purpose of this act, the central government shall establish a commission known as MRTP Commission, that is Monopolistic Restrictive Trade Practice Commission, shall consist of a chairman, not less than 2 and more than 8 members to be appointed by the central government. And then the powers of this commission, for the purpose of inquiry under the Act, MRTP Commission has the following powers: to issue summon and enforce the attendance of any witness. Based on the witness, they at any time they can send a summon of the concerned particular department in the company, and then to require the production of any document or other material objective, and then to receive any evidence of affidavits, to request any public record from any court of offices, etc. The Commission is empowered under the Act to grant during the course of an inquiry, and then any party suffering damage or loss as a result of any monopolistic or unfair trade practice carried on by any undertaking may apply to the Commission for an order to recover compensation for the loss of damage. The Commission shall determine the amount of compensation, and then if a person fails to comply with any order of the Commission, the letter may authorize to any of its officers to make an investigation. The Commission has the powers of High Court in respect to content of itself. The chairman of Commission is empowered to form benches from among the members. These benches may exercise the powers of the Commission. The Commission may make regulations for the efficient performance of its functions under the Monopolistic Restrictive Practice Act.